Wow, I didn't expect this, but
It was an amazing stream, don't you think so? Like we were just here, and I
it
was like, okay,
was.
I'm gonna do 2 tournaments, and then 5 tournaments later, 2 adoption
I
tries.
mean, yeah, yeah, of course.
Jeez, bro, come on. It was too much. It was too much, but it was fun.
All right, guys. So for you guys, for the lucky viewers here today, only a few of you here, you guys are gonna get a sneak preview on what's to come in the next Kali lesson. Now, of course, I'm not gonna give you the whole total package. We're gonna give you one game, but a good one solid game. Actually, so good that on the white side we have Mr. Yusupov playing.
Yusupov is
And
one of my favorite of all time, by the way.
mhm,
Go ahead.
mhm.
Sorry.
Yes, of course. And of course, well, on the black side, unfortunately, in this example, it's Spirit Dunham. Oh, Spirit Dunhamov. I don't know if you know who he is, but he's also a well-known master back in those days. But of course, a lot of them fell victim to Yusupov's brilliancy. So we're gonna go from the position that we all should know by now, right? Because if you guys have done the Kali Master class, this should be almost a second nature, almost kind of position. Like, okay, you know this already, right? So okay, so let's go. So Yusupov here played 95, and night before, again, the same situation with the whole that there was no A3 played early, but okay, cool. Queen Bishop B2, as I was always telling everyone else, is not so much less of a tempo because now, well, here F4, knight E4, knight takes E4, D takes E4, and then A3, and then after, okay, so of course here now after 95, of course we can't play what we want to Bishop D3. Well, anyways, Bishop doesn't do anything that's diagonal anyway since it's already closed out. But here actually White has a alternative attacking style here. So Yusupov went for, of course, well now this knight here is attacking the E3 pawn. So what better way to defend it than just Queen D2? Rook C8. We're not in the crucial position yet, guys, so we're just going through this really fast. C4, knight F6, Rook A G1.
Getting all the pieces into the action, right? If you don't know where to put your rook,
yeah, of course.
always try to line it up with a queen. That's a very important idea.
Mm-hmm. Bishop D6. And here, of course, I mean, White has prepared a nice little battery in the D file. So, I mean, it only makes sense that if you're going to prepare such a battery, you would like to have that open, right? So that's why Yusupov decided to go D takes C5. After Bishop takes C5. Also, though, I mean, I'm sure Yusupov had a very much consider that if he does open this D file up, is he really bothered by this pressure on E3, right? Because long term, you don't want the queen to babysit this E3 pawn forever. So I'm sure in his calculation he had to think, okay, if I'm taking on on C5, am I worried about bishop takes and then eyeing down this E3 pawn, right? But we're gonna see exactly what he saw behind that. So after this, he said, okay, I'm not gonna not only eye down the E3 pawn, but I'm gonna make a secondary battery with a tempo on the queen. And he goes Queen C3. So still keeping an eye on E3, however, introducing another battery while gaining tempo. So after Queen E7, we have here actually, and this is another, and I think, and I believe JT mentioned this alternative attacking style in the Kali that has not yet been presented. But here it's White to move, and there's actually a very important decision here. How do we continue the attack, or how would you continue the attack? And let me give you 3 options here to choose from. Would you go, let's say, knight G4? Makes a lot of sense. Of course, you know, knight takes, and then there's a main on G7. So there's a knight G4. There's a potential knight G7, or an F5. Out of these 3 continuations, how would you continue? if you're white, which one of those three options would you choose?
Can I do a third option? A fourth option?
Of course. Yeah, sure.
G4.
Sure. G4 is also a very dynamic option. Why not?
I just want to open up those
Why not?
lines,
Why
those
not?
diagonals. You know what I mean?
I feels you. I feels you.
What would you guys play?
Yeah.
What would you guys play? Like for me, like the move that I would play probably, or not the move that I would play, but the move I would look at instantly is G4. You would say Rook D7. Okay. That's really spicy. Look at perception. Jacob, 700 rated looking at Rook D7.
My guy said Rook D7.
Rook D7.
Oh, Dios mío.
That's some fire.
Dios mío.
I mean, that's some fire. I gotta give him props though. No, you don't lose the knight. You don't lose the knight. You can take, because when you take back with the knight, it's a mate threat. Rook D7. That's nice though. That's a move that you would love to play over the board, and you wished it worked. You know, like you just want it to work.
Yeah. But unfortunately, almost.
It just almost works. Yeah.
Almost worked. You're just like one move away.
Yeah.
You had one more tempo there.
All right, so I think we're done. I don't think we got any answers except for Jacobs. So go ahead. Welcome back, by the way, Destroyer.
So let's go. Well, if knight G4, then black has a wonderful defensive move, just knight E8, and just defends G7 very comfortably.
Mm-hmm.
There really is no real threat, and black will continue playing. So after killing knight G4, you would see that. And then now if knight D7, let's say, well then bishop takes E3 check. It's very nice in between move here. And then after queen takes E3, then now knight takes E7.
Right.
Because now that eliminates the battery that was happening on G7.
Mm-hmm.
Very little cute little in between there.
Can we say what happens if G4? Was I wrong?
Honestly, G4 was not even considered. But that doesn't mean it's a bad move. I think it's still up for analysis, so why not? Let's look at it. G4. And let's see. Let's see what's wrong with G4. I mean, I don't right away, there's nothing that screams out it's incorrect. But I mean, okay, let's take a look at it.
Thank you for the follow. Yeah. I mean, I really just don't see something for.
Yeah, I mean, like again, I mean, always in these positions, it's very wise for everyone to always calculate alternative options, even when it's not mentioned in any kind of text, right?
Right.
I mean, that's how we become better chess players, because, of course, you know, an author's opinion is not always going to be everybody's opinion. So, But I mean, G4, I mean, it's interesting actually.
Right, because my threat is I want to play G5 at some point and maybe get some good lines. My bishop
but then
is.
I guess, yeah. But then I guess maybe just like Rook D8. For example, maybe then like Rook D8 and then have G5 98.
Yeah, but then I play B4 and all your pieces are congested. That was the point.
So you're saying if Rook D8,
G5 98, B4, Bishop D6, and then I play Knight G4 with some sauce.
B4, Bishop can probably just go back, right?
Right, Bishop D6. That's what I was thinking, and then Knight G4. I was thinking maybe even H4, but Knight. This looks like very saucy material. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, I mean.
And then where does your knight go? Where does your bishop go? Why is your rook not on the open file? Like, your bishop is blocking the rook from becoming a great rook. Right? So that's what I was thinking.
Sure, but yeah, I mean, I hear exactly what you're saying. And I mean, this actually looks very interesting, right? Like, this continuation also looks very interesting.
But okay, let's go to the move that they played.
I don't think, yeah, I mean, but I think still black, though, has okay chances, though.
Right. Okay, fair enough.
White looks fine, I guess, still, but the approach that was taken, though, Queen C3, Queen D7, f5 was actually played by Yusupov. And
Ah,
the idea with f5 though is that after he takes e5, rook takes
we have another
e5.
attacker. Yeah.
Bishop takes a3. Doesn't quite work because the bishop takes 2, queen takes a3. Now this was Yusupov's idea. So Yusupov knew that after queen c3, queen e7, a3 was hanging. However, he understood that after f5 takes, rook takes, and losing the pawn on a3, that he was going to drive the queen away from the defense of the king's side.
Yep, and then rook captures f6 is a common idea.
Right, and then rook captures f6 is right off the board, especially because his queen is in this very long dark square diagonal.
Yep.
Usually, when the queen is in a very long square diagonal and there's a breakage in the dark squares, this knight on g4 becomes much stronger. Because when the check is given, then the only squares for the king is on the dark square, which is where the queen owns that lane.
I just want to get a shout out to Yono. Thank you so much for the raid. You raided with 2 people. Yeah.
Yeah, my man Jonah in the house. No problem. We're here.
Thank you.
So the g6 and exactly what you said, g6 now knight g4. And now you see, like, once the check comes in, then queen's gonna be lined up, king's gonna be lined up against the queen, and all kinds of discovered checks are gonna be almost endless here, right? So rook f6, knight takes f6, rook takes f6.
You have to take, yeah.
Yeah, I mean you have to sack for otherwise you're gonna just get mated. Queen takes b3, and I at first I really didn't understand this move, right? But
I only see one move in this position. I only see one move.
I mean, I honestly consider a couple. At least I thought, right? But this shows that even when you're at point of attack, sometimes it's always best to keep your humbleness in the position, right? React to the position, because a lot of people, and honestly, I think I had growing up or starting off as a chess player when I was like 13, 1200, I had a tendency of, when I had some kind of attack, I would just launch forward and never look back, right? But sometimes the best discipline is to restrict yourself from that and have patience, right? And the attack will come after. Here, Yusupov very humbly just played King f2.
Yep, I like King f2.
And just said, okay, I defend any kind of counterplay, because of course, I mean, you can proceed on maybe with some kind of rook lift or just maybe like I don't know, something, right?
You even have a draw here if you want it.
Sure, right. But Yusupov says King f2, I hold the e3 pawn. There's nothing here that black can do. Now my plan is almost like, irrefutable. So Queen e4, Queen g5 check, King h8, Queen e7, attacking the rook. And then here black resign, because of course there's actually a beautiful maneuver after Queen f2, Queen g4, King h8, Queen e7. After this check, the rook looked like it was defended. After King h8, now all of a sudden it's just forwards, and you're gonna lose a piece here. And then black resigned.
Ouch.
Thought it was too much. There's nothing he can fight for.
Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can't even go like I don't know. I mean, the rook has really no square to go to here. I mean, this unfortunately is GG for sure. So, but gentlemen, there it is.
Yeah,
Yusupov playing the copy.
I would love to go over this one more time. When we can upload this.
And we are. This is just this is an exclusive sneak peek for the ones.
A little teaser.
Who have stayed up to this time. A little teaser. But this will be, of course, for those of you, Perception. Who else we got in here?
Jigs
still in here.
We got Kevin.
Luma. You guys got a sneak peek. You guys are gonna see this again for sure, in the full context with many other games as well. But you guys got a sneak peek. This is a three game series. You guys only saw the first game here, right? But we will reteach this first game again.
And let's go over. I mean, he wanted to see what happens on rook here, and so this rook here, we have the same resource that we did last time, right? This bishop captures resource. we have the same resources as last time. Distract the queen from this checkmate idea. That way we can take here. If that makes sense, right? And if we goes here, here, if we try to go here, then we have the same idea. So we have to distract the queen from the resource, from the basically discovered attack or discovered checkmate. Right? So let's go back.
Also, can we just take the rook anyway though? With the knight?
Oh yeah, of course, of course. Yeah, because if here, then again the same idea.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, same idea. Yeah, but here king h1, and you don't really have to take because we're still here. And now f6 actually doesn't work because of fa, right? So you have to play. If you try to play here, then again this doesn't work because of here, right?
Okay, so
right.
So maybe actually, maybe just first just take and then.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. It almost works. It almost works, except for this beautiful move.